Well, howdy folks. Welcome back to Adventures in Wood Turning, coming to you from World Headquarters. Beautiful suburban Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This is, I don't even know anymore, episode 7 or 8. Working on this same darn thing, and it's been quite a problem. I have quite a lot of this wood, but I don't think I'll turn any more of it in the near future. It needs to season. It needs to set out and kind of dry out some. And it's been tough getting it to a point where I can apply some finish to it. It's been very difficult to get the tool marks out of it, which any kind of a closer observation will reveal that I wasn't able to get them all out. It's got a pretty good crack right here that showed up as it dries out, as I've had it inside here working on. So sanding it has been an issue. Some of the areas are hard to get at, and so I think we've got it to a place where we're going to start putting some finish on it, and figure it's going to be good enough. So here we go. We'll put some finish on the bark here, and upper management is probably going to complain again about this whole darn thing. Seemed like a good idea to try to break the presentation up into smaller pieces and try and show in a chronological order what we were doing. Some of the upper management thinks it still may work out. Some are a little less empathetic and think that it's probably not going to amount to much anyway. So we'll see. We will be able to dress up some of the issues. Where sanding was difficult and where there was tear out of the wood because the piece was hard to keep in round, and so consequently it was pretty much always jumping around, and that leads to uneven cutting and tool marks in the wood. So try to explain that to upper management. They're not buying much of that, but it's a fact, folks. And part of it is because the wood hasn't been seasoned enough, isn't dry enough, and so if it isn't, why the heck we should turn it? Well, it kind of interested me. It's an odd thing to have a crotch, and we had some nice color differentiation from the brown to the white. And I just looked at it and thought that ought to make a good bowl. Well, unfortunately, there were some other areas at play that made it difficult to. Of course, we don't know how this is going to turn out. We will be able to disguise some of the imperfections if we're willing to take the time to apply several coats of finish, which at this stage of the game I always tell myself, yeah, let's plan 3 or 4 coats. Well, by the time you get to 3, you're thinking, well, I don't know if I want to spend another 24 hours, put another coat on, sand it down again, but we'll see how it goes. You can usually really improve the cosmetically improve the piece by doing that. So I think we may be motivated to do some of that. Get some light over here so I can see what the heck I'm doing. And in these areas where we're turning through a lot of places where there's air, it's just, you know, the tool bounces around and it just makes it really difficult to get a smooth cut. So you think, well, we'll take it out with sanding. Well, some of it you can do that with, but it's very time consuming to do that. Plus, the wood is, when you start getting like 3 branches coming together, it's like the wood doesn't know which way it's growing. So the grain line gets to be where it doesn't cut smooth. Now the good news, if there is any in that, is that wherever these areas occur, there's some really spectacular green that it's not just one growth line after another. It's mixed up, and if you can get it smooth enough to take some finish, it's likely to take on kind of a unique appearance. So I think this is going to be the end of season 1 of Adventures in Wood Turning. The project isn't done, but I'm unlikely to show any more because the next steps will be putting on a coat of tung oil and then the next day sanding it down, smooth it up, and put on another coat. So probably going to call it there, and hope it makes sense to you. I hope it makes sense to you. So there we are. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good day.